What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the week 4 exclusive picks. If you're here from TikTok and you're not already a diehard Loeb's Leads fan, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We post these every single week. And again, we went 9-6-1 last week. The one that tied or pushed, I guess, was Justice Hill. Justice Hill didn't play. We picked this prop on Wednesday and he didn't play. So that one pushes. We went 9-6 last week. We've been doing really well, but this week is a tough slate to pick. I think there's a lot of difficult games here. 9 games are within a 3-point spread. There's only, I think, 2 games with a more than 1 possession spread. So there's a lot of really tough games to pick here. If you guys are looking to track your picks like I just did, you can do it on Pick'It. There's a link below to do that. It's super simple. And if you join, you'll either get $3 or $100, like a little bit of a raffle type thing for you. So you can take your chance of that, but they're literally paying you to download the app and track your picks. Without further ado, let's get into it. And we got 3 upsets this week. You guys probably saw it on the TikTok. I'm going to start with an upset. You can see right now the Detroit Lions are 1-point favorites against the Green Bay Packers on the road on Thursday Night Football. I think Green Bay is getting healthier. I think Green Bay's as good of a team, and I will take them to win the game at home every time. You can see the plus money right there. It's plus 105. I'm taking Green Bay to win this game. I think it's going to be a really, really close game, but the Packers just find ways to win games. They just find ways to win games. In that game against the Falcons that they probably should have won, it could very well be 3-0 right now. I think this is a good team that plays good defense. Jordan Love's going to move the ball. Guys, if Christian Watson's back, that offense is going to look even better. If Aaron Jones is back, that offense is going to look like it looked week 1. I think the Packers win this game. That's my official pick for this game, the money line Packers. It's plus money. Go take advantage of it while you can. So the second game is a tough one too. You guys see the pumpkin mug. That means we're locked in. I wanted to pick the Falcons so bad. I see plus 135. It's not a home game for the Jags either. It's not a home game for the Jags, plus 135. But I don't know. I can't pick against Trevor Lawrence against a Falcons pass defense that sketches me out a little bit. I can't do it. I think Jacksonville bounces back from a bad week last week. Zay Jones will probably be back for this game. I don't know. I can't see the Jaguars losing again to a team they should beat. I'd be shocked if it happened. I'm picking the Jaguars to win this game. The pick in this game, though, is over 43.5. I think the Falcons can score. I think the Jaguars can score. The only way that does not hit is if the Falcons dominate time of possession. And the way that happens is if they're winning by a lot. I don't think they will be. I think it'll be moderately close. So I think over 43.5 is a decent play for you there. The next game, oh boy, Dolphins Bills. I am struggling to make a confident pick for this game, but I think it's going to be really hard to pick the winner of this game. So I'll take the winner plus money. This is my second upset of the week. I think the Dolphins beat the Bills. They're 3-0. I don't understand why it's not a pick 'em, to be honest with you. I get that the Bills are at home, but there's glaring weaknesses with that Bills team, and they've played 2 inferior teams the past 2 weeks. I don't know if they've played as good of a team as the Dolphins. I don't know if the Dolphins have played as good of a team as the Bills either. I don't think they have, but I think Miami finds ways to win games. I think Tua has been awesome. They scored 70 points last week, obviously. The run game is really starting to get going, and if that happens, you add that to an offense with Tyreek Hill, you add that to an offense with Jalen Waddle, who didn't even play last game. I don't know. It's a recipe for disaster for Buffalo, I think. And the line is really high. 53.5 is really high. I would just stay away. I really would. I think the best pick here is Miami money line. I think that's the best pick here. If you're not confident they're going to win the game, take them plus 2.5. I don't mind that either, but I think the best pick here is Miami money line. It's an upset right now, so I'd get on it while you guys can. The fourth pick, Denver Broncos at Chicago Bears. I'm going Broncos minus 3.5. I think the Broncos come out really, really mad about last week, and I think they play a really good game against the bad Bears team. I don't think it needs to go much farther than that. I know the Broncos are 0-3, but the first 2 weeks they lost a close game to a good Raiders team. I think the Raiders are underrated. They lost a close game to the Commanders. I don't know. I think this Denver team is better than people give them credit for, and you'll see that last game. It was embarrassing, no doubt about it. I think they're better than people give them credit for, and I think this is a game they should win and will win. So, I think the best pick here is 3.5. I don't know how the game is going to go, so that line, I would stay away from that. But I think minus 3.5 is the best pick here. Baltimore at Cleveland is another really, really tough one. I think Cleveland wins this game. I could see it being a super low scoring game, but cracking 41. That's why I'm staying away from that. I think the pick here is Cleveland minus 2.5. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be decided by a field goal or a touchdown. I think the Browns are the better team, so I'll take them to win the game by a field goal or more. I think just saying Ravens plus 2.5 is, if you think the Ravens are a better team, go ahead, ride that. I think the Browns are a better team. I think the Browns defense is going to do enough to hold the Ravens offense. And what we saw last week against a front that can defend the run in Tennessee that forced the Browns to pass, the Browns can pass. And I think the Browns pass game is a bit better than what the Ravens have in the secondary right now. So I think the Browns minus 2.5 is the best pick there. Another AFC North game, Cincinnati Bengals, Tennessee Titans, man. This one's tough too. Because again, like I said this 2 weeks ago with the Chargers Titans game. And I was wrong about that game because I picked the Chargers. I was like, everything points in the direction you should pick Tennessee, right? They're better at the line of scrimmage. They can control the football. That secondary of Tennessee is bad. It's bad. And I think the Browns, who have an inferior pass offense compared to the Bengals, kind of exposed that last week. Joe Burrow's looking better. I think the Bengals offense is getting their swagger back a little bit. I think the Bengals win this game by more than 2.5 points. I'm going Bengals minus 2.5 here. It's a tough one. It is. I hate picking close game. I hate picking the road team in close games, but this is going to be a close game. It's going to come down to the wire, and I'm going to trust the team that's better through the air. It's going to be Cincinnati. So it's a tough one, really, really tough one. But I'm going Cincinnati. My third and final upset, I guess. And I have no clue why the Colts are favored in this game, but I'm going to pick the Rams. I think the Rams are a better team. I think the Rams have played a really good game against arguably the best team in the NFL, the 49ers. They killed the Seahawks. And then last week, a perfect storm. They lost to Cincinnati on the road in primetime. Like, I think the Rams are a significantly better team that we're giving them credit for. I honestly think it's a little bit disrespectful that they're underdogs in this game. I really do. I think the Rams are the best pick here. Tampa Bay, New Orleans, the Mike Evans, Marshawn Lattimore show. This is a really tough one. Like I'm rocking New Orleans here. I am. I think they're the better team on both sides of the ball. I think Alvin Kamara has his coming out party in the pass game. It's obviously tough to run against that Bucs defense, but Alvin Kamara has his coming out party. I think the pick here is under 40.5 though. Like I think it's going to be tough. This is two good red zone defending teams. I thought the Saints looked really, really good for 3 quarters last week, and they just kind of shut down at the end of the game. Saints are a good team. And again, like the Bucs last week didn't play a great offensive game, let up a lot of points. The Eagles drove down the field time and time again, but that game was still under 40.5. So I think two teams who will want to control the football, play old field position battle football. That'll lead to under 40.5. I'm picking the Saints to win this game, but that'll lead to under 40.5. Washington Commanders, Philadelphia Eagles. This is another really tough one. I'm going with the Eagles to win the game. I think they win by more than 8 points, to be honest with you. I think the Eagles are back. Like, I think what we saw last week against the Bucs team that isn't that good. They're not that good. I know that. They looked good. I felt like they could have beaten them by 30 points last week instead of whatever they beat, 26, whatever it was, 5th or 16. No, whatever, 14. You guys get it. They could have won by significantly more. They were bad in the red zone. Jalen Hurts had a couple bad picks in Buccaneers territory. Like, they cleaned that up. They win that game by 25, 30 points. I don't like this Commanders team. I think they can get after the quarterback. I think Sam Howell has shown flashes, but that's really it. And I think the Eagles at home off a big win, even if it's a day shorter of a week, I think the Eagles win this game by more than 8. We go to Vikings at Panthers, the battle of the 0-3 teams. Oh, man, like this is so tough. I think Minnesota wins this game. And I think the pick here is over 45.5. Like, two bad defenses here. There is no other way to slice it. This is two bad defenses. I'm surprised this line is so low. Last week, the Panthers lost to the Seahawks. I think it was like 37-27. Like, that's a ton of points. Like, the Panthers can still score against the bad defense. I don't want people to overlook that. And the Vikings can, I think the Vikings can score against anybody, but the Vikings will score against the bad defense. That's the pick here, over 45.5 for sure. Vikings win this game. Steelers Texans is the last of the 1 o'clock slates. This is just so tough. I think Pittsburgh wins this game. I think it's really close. I think this is going to be an old, like, field position battle. I think the Texans defense will have moderate success against the Steelers offense. I think the Steelers defense is going to show CJ Stroud some looks that'll have him all over the place. Like, I think this is a 17-16 Steelers win. I think the Steelers win. Under 42 is the pick here. You can pick the Texans +3 if you really want. I'm not doing that. I'm not picking against TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith in that defense right now. Moving to the late slate, Raiders and Chargers. This is a tough one. I'm going Chargers to win the game. I think the pick here is still over 48. I think there's a Chargers offense that will have no problem moving the ball down the field against the Raiders. I honestly think the Raiders offense will have a good game against the Chargers. I think if there's a game for Josh Jacobs, this is the Josh Jacobs game. I think over 48 is the pick, but if Josh Jacobs' line is set a little bit lower, like I don't know what his lines have been set at the past couple of weeks, but I think that's definitely something to look at. Cowboys, Patriots, I'm going Cowboys here. I'm going under 43. I think this, again, is going to be a classic field position battle like it was, like the Patriots game was last week. I think 43 is a lot for a Patriots team that will struggle to score against the Dallas defense. And the off chance that the Patriots get a drive going, running the ball, they'll take half a quarter off the clock. Like, I think that's a very, very real thing when you're looking at unders. I think under 43 is the play here. Cardinals, 49ers. 49ers win this game. I will never, ever pick a divisional team to lose by more than 2 touchdowns against another divisional team. I think the Cardinals cover. I'm taking the Cardinals +14 here. Jets, Chiefs, Sunday Night Football. This is another really tough one just because the spread's so much and the Jets can play good defense. Chiefs defense, most underrated unit in the league, I think, right now. I'm picking the Chiefs to win this game, obviously. I think the pick here is actually under 42.5. I think the Chiefs probably score just under 30 points. I don't think the Jets crack 10. Like, I think the Chiefs blow them out still. That 9.5 still scares me. I would rather bet on the under 42 than the Chiefs winning by 10 points. So I'll pick the under 42. And then Monday night, my Giants, I'll take the hat off for when I make this pick. I'm picking the Giants to win this game. Off a long bye, like a mini bye Thursday into Monday night. I like the Giants at home. And like, it's crazy. They're still 1-point favorites. Like they opened as underdogs. So if that line goes back to even, like you can get plus money betting on the Giants at home in primetime, I probably would. But I think the real play here is over 47. These are two teams that haven't played defense all year. I wouldn't think twice about that. So over 47 is the pick here. Put the hat back on. Again, guys, the overall statistics for the year, we are the YouTube picks last week. Again, we were 9-6-1. Overall, we are 30-18 picking games, and upsets were 5-5. This week, I'm forcing myself to either be in the negative or the positive with upsets, give you guys a little bit more entertainment value, but we picked an upset every single week this year so far. So we'll continue to do that. I would get on these while you guys can. I'm pretty confident in these picks. I thought the YouTube picks went really well last week. Hopefully we get over 10 this week. That's the goal, 10-6 or better. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far, again, please comment your favorite pick of the week. I want you guys to comment your favorite pick of the week so I can see what you guys are on. I can tail it if I want to. But I appreciate you guys watching. We will see you next week. Thank you guys. God bless.